I can't see for nothing. So Nightcrawler is a 2014 film about a freelance videographer named Lou Bloom that sells his crime scene footage to news stations. Think of like the B-roll that they use whenever newscasters are talking. Lou doesn't start this way though. He starts as a vulture that steals absolutely anything to get by.
I guesstimate that I have about 50 pounds of copper wire, 100 pounds of chain link fence, 2 manhole covers, the nice thick ones.
In a GQ article, Jake Gyllenhaal said that he wanted absolutely nothing to be intimidating about this guy and wanted him to be quote-unquote all mind. He was inspired to drop all this weight and look scavenger-esque based on a coyote he saw in his childhood. And just like a wild animal, Lou is pretty dangerous. We see him knock out or kill a security guard in the first scene of the movie. I mean, it's kind of left ambiguous as to which he did. I bet he just knocked him out. But Lou Bloom is super calculated, and you can see that in Jake Gyllenhaal's performance.
I run a successful TV news business.
From the way Lou gets his shots, to the way he negotiates with people. Even the way he wants his partner to fill his gas tank is in a very particular way. It's Lou's way or the highway. This is even shown to the audience through the music that is playing in each scene. The only character that the music playing on screen would make sense for is Lou. For example, whenever he's alone and he's filming a horrific car crash, it plays a subtly triumphant song. The song peaks whenever he's getting his overhead shot and subtly trickles off as the police arrive on the scene. I mean, this guy is not right in the head, and as the audience, we're kind of disgusted by his actions. I think this subtle cue is a really great glimpse into this character's mind. This movie is kind of about the failures of capitalism and how it seeps into everyday life. As I said, Lou can't find a job, partly because of the economy and also...
How about an internship then? A lot of young people are taking unpaid positions to get a foot in the door. That's something I'd be willing to do.
I'm not hiring a fucking thief.
So Lou's kind of left to his own devices, trying to make money in any way he can. This is also seen in characters like Lou's partner, Rick. I mean, Rick is incredibly hardworking and dedicated, and he's stuck working for Lou for $30 a night. I mean, that is until he gets his major raise to $75 a night, which, yeah.
Agreed.
Wait, what about more, you know?
Not now. We close the deal.
I could have gotten more, couldn't I?
Absolutely.
Gyllenhaal even said that Lou is a product of his generation and a perfect example of capitalism's success at any cost. When these people are left to game the system, it affects everybody. And this movie shows that beautifully. The whole news cycle isn't really there to inform the public, but rather to enrage the public. The nighttime broadcast that Lou exclusively sells to is incredibly cutthroat.
The best and clearest way that I can phrase it to you, Lou, to capture the spirit of what we air, is think of our newscast as a screaming woman running down the street with her throat cut.
I understand.
Most of the scenes in the news station revolve around pricing and not really the integrity of the piece itself. The broadcasters and editors kind of look past the petty crimes Lou is committing to get these shots, like breaking and entering, trespassing, obstruction of peace. And the station almost is enabling him to do it by paying such premium prices. I will say though, there is one guy in the station that knows what's up, so shout out to that guy. The constant enabling of a criminal like Lou Bloom, and at the same time relying on a false narrative to get views, is unknowingly digging the news station a hole it cannot get itself out of. I mean, the main cast in this is absolutely amazing. You have one of the biggest Oscar snubs in history in Jake Gyllenhaal's performance in this. This is Oscar winner Riz Ahmed's breakout role. Rene Russo's character and Lou bounce off each other so well. Jake and Riz have this amazing back and forth in this movie that will forever live rent-free in my head.
Maybe you saw my item this morning with fatal carjacking.
No, I mean, I don't have a TV, but that sounds cool.
Do you have a cell phone?
Yeah.
Does it have GPS?
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Congratulations, you're hired.
Like seriously, these two in this movie are amazing and their story together is even better. And it's the same case with Jake and Renee. They have such a powerful on-screen presence, and the scenes with them together, you are just wondering what's gonna happen next. The scene in the Mexican restaurant is so beautifully awkward and a perfect encapsulation of what I was talking about. This movie also makes it hard to believe you can make LA look bad in a movie. I mean, from the richer neighborhoods to the bad side of town, everything in this movie looked amazing. It just kind of looked like a vibe, you know? It's super impressive not only how well the film is shot, but how cohesive it is, given the fact that it was only filmed over the course of 20 nights. If you don't really know, 20 nights is an incredibly short amount of time for film production. Just for example, the dance scene, Not To in RRR, took 3 times the amount of time to film than this whole movie did. which is crazy. This film feels incredibly grounded too, which is super important for the tone it's trying to set. The director of the film actually got 2 UK-based Nightcrawlers, or stringers, to be consultants on the film. Jake and Riz Ahmed even went on a couple of rides just to see what it was like. And I mean, the script in this movie is amazing. Jake Gyllenhaal said it was one of the scripts he read word for word. And apparently it wasn't even written like a traditional screenplay. Riz Ahmed said it was more written like prose, with some pages just having 3 words on it. The chase scenes are kinetic. It's a perfect thriller. I really don't know what else to say about it. Again, if you have not watched this movie, please do yourself a favor and watch it. It is one of the best movies of the 2010s.